trims here look okay, not horrible. Go a little bit higher in load here, give a little bit more throttle. Might be a little bit rich as we go up towards the top here. So I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to go to 92. And notice that our trims should start to lean out here a little bit. Looks like they are just a little bit. Let's also change this to 92. Change this down a little bit further. Let's go to 90. Let's come back here a little bit and take a look. Right here, we're in the hundreds. We might need a little bit more right here. Let's go to 104. Let's go back here a little bit. So our trims still seem decent. Let's verify our coolant temp is still okay. 200 degrees. Let me just let it cool down here just for a second. Now, as I'm coming off the throttle, it's decelling back into idle very nicely. As I was mentioning, as we're cooling down here, let's talk about this. As I was mentioning when we were building our base calibration file, let's actually close this out here. We're live, so it's just streaming that. In our tables down here, if we're moving down into throttle, and we find we have a dash pot rev hang, there's a throttle control decel. This table was introduced in the last probably year, and it'll allow you to zero out the airflow or reduce the airflow contribution. Gets translated into a throttle plate opening. So I don't have the ability to look at it right now because my software is set into non-beta mode because I don't want to complicate things. But if you're finding they're getting a lot of rev hang, then you can go into your throttle control decel table, and you can actually go in and reduce that airflow in the table. So chop it in half, flash it, and see if it starts to rev hang less. I found that works very, very well in getting rid of rev hang on most all of the Nissan applications with Uprev. So I just wanted to point that out. But it's returning really nice back into idle. Now it is overshooting idle a little bit. I was telling it to idle at 1,050, and if we look here, my idle speed is a little bit high, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So we're just gonna let that go, and we're not gonna worry about it. So far so good. Everything looks okay here. I think our fuel trims look okay. And we see they're a little bit rich. We might be able to reduce them down just a little bit, but this is going to be kind of a hit or miss with our fuel trims at idle specifically on this, because there's just a very, very tiny window to be able to inject this fuel properly with these injectors, and it's never going to be perfect. That was one thing that I wish the owner had smaller injectors, because this is a pump gas application. There's absolutely no need to have injectors this large for this particular car. The plan was to do E85, but it didn't work out, so now it's stuck with huge injectors that are definitely going to compromise idle quality and drivability. So let's go double check our coolant temp again, and we can see we're 200 degrees. All right, so let's move up here in our compensation table, and we're going to move up to 4,000. We're going to bring it up in this range right here. I'm not going to go all the way out. There's really no way I can check that on the dyno safely. I don't want to run it up and hold it at that RPM. So we're going to focus on probably 4 to maybe 5,200. I'm just going to keep. Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.